Once again, we're going to illustrate why the Dodgers are at the center of every single trade and free agent rumor. Rivals say USC needs to simplify its defense, and the Galaxy bid farewell to their best defender. Of course, their defense was terrifyingly bad, but that's beside the point. Good morning. I'm James. This is your daily dose of sports and snark for the greatest sports city in the world, Los Angeles. This is the faithful Angelenos morning report. Now, it is November 10th, 2023. I'm going to be on my way to the airport in a few moments to get off to work. If you like being in the know about LA sports, though, clickety-clack the like button. Clickety-clack the subscribe button. There's a notification bell. Hit that. It'll let you know we drop new content. Sharing is caring. Let people know we exist. And by all means, comment, because there's always good stuff to talk about when it's LA. So before we go through the news and notes, a look at the scoreboard. Look, I don't want to overreact, but Phoenix Copley is starting to wear his welcome out in LA after Pittsburgh defeated the Kings last night 4-3. The guy allowed 4 goals in 20 shots, which is actually an upgrade on his save percentage. It's been that bad. But even worse, he allows the game-winning goal. Oh, you might say, well, whatever, it's an overtime. Not true. He allowed it twice. The first time he allowed the game-winning goal, it was overturned. A Pittsburgh player was offside. Less than 10 seconds later, Pittsburgh scores the game winner again on Phoenix Copley. Not a good night. Meanwhile, 21st ranked USC basketball, 85, Cal State Bakersfield 59. Isaiah Collier led USC with 19 points, 5 Trojans score in double figures. Meanwhile today, the Lakers are at Phoenix at 7 o'clock. Lakers are winless on the road. And the Clippers are at Dallas at 5:30. Both of these games are part of that NBA in-season tournament you might have heard about. And people have been asking me for my opinion on the NBA in-season tournament, and I tell them, the NBA in-season tournament is symbolic of America in 2023. It sucks. It's absolutely terrible. Seriously, how many more cynical cash grabs do we have to endure in this craptacular time of our country's history? I've been a happy capitalist for almost my entire life, but inflation has been damn near double digits a year ago, right? Does NBA Commissioner Adam Silver care about that at all? Care about us? Hell no, he doesn't. Max Headroom created another way to try to slide his slimy mitts into our wallets. Oh, watch these games. Don't you just love our special jerseys? Why don't you buy one? Hell no. Absolutely not. They're all trash, and so is your tournament. By the way, Lafayette is at UCLA basketball at 8 o'clock. Now let's get to the news. Multiple reports are claiming that the Dodgers are in the lead for Shohei Ohtani. Should you believe it? I don't know. Why not? But there's a caveat. Mostly it's sports writers telling each other what they are hearing, which isn't really much. There is a straw poll of Major League Baseball GMs during the first winter meetings, but it is way too early because Ohtani can command over $500 million. Do you know anybody who could scratch that check and not blink? It's going to take some time. But the reason that I bring up Ohtani is because I want to reintroduce the glorious "The Dodgers are interested in" rumor board. I went back through all the stories and compiled a list of all the players that the Dodgers are allegedly interested in. I have 27 names on the board. 20 freaking 7 names. There's no way in hell the Dodgers are interested in all of them. That's more than an entire roster. But let's just pretend they're interested in all of them, right? Isn't it fun? It's literally just like we're all in fantasy land in kindergarten all over again. Eating the paste, pulling girls' hair, hoping we don't whiz before class. It's all the same thing, right? Now, I will tell you this. There are a few names on there that I would actually say with certitude the Dodgers are interested in. They have stars next to their names because they all played for the Dodgers. And the Dodgers have, in fact, expressed interest in bringing him back. Other things we've learned from the winter meetings, General Manager Brandon Gomes told the LA Times that the focus right now, quote, adding a starting pitcher or two, unquote, which is obvious, but we'll take it for info. As you might remember from prior clips, we were always talking about how much there was alleged interest. The alleged interest is almost always phony leaks from player agents trying to create a bidding war for their clients, a market that doesn't really exist. The agent's like, oh, you better give my client a fat contract because the Dodgers will pony up. I bring this up because former Dodger Trevor Bauer's agents are claiming that teams are lining up to sign the pitcher who was accused of sexual assault, although the case was never brought to trial. The civil case was dismissed, and Bauer released social media posts that strongly suggested that the alleged victim was actually a gold digger. Now again, said it all along, it is extremely possible that Bauer is an innocent man. And yes, he did win a Cy Young, so you could imagine, just on talent alone, somebody might be interested. But outside of his agent saying this, you're gonna have to sell me more. You're gonna have to give me an actual person in a front office saying, we're thinking about it, before I believe Trevor Bauer is coming back to the majors. We did learn that the Dodgers were unlikely to re-sign Julio Urias even before his arrest. That is a new development. Now, this was reported by the LA Times, but I do have a question about that report. Who leaked the story, and when were the Dodgers allegedly not interested? Is it possible the Dodgers are just playing PR with a guy who was arrested for allegedly assaulting a lady? Oh, we had a feeling that naughty guy just didn't fit in the locker room. Doesn't that sound like an easy narrative to pass now? That's one possibility. Of course, the other possibility is they're being truthful. There's another reason the Dodgers weren't that interested in Julio Urias. He's represented by Scott Boras. LA rarely, and I mean rarely, signs Scott Boras clients. Finally, with the Dodgers, Mookie Betts won his 6th Silver Slugger Award. My gut feeling is, I don't think even he cares. Not really. Tonight, we will have Friday Night Chalk Talk. We are going to talk about adjustments that USC's co-defensive coordinators, Sean Nua and Brian Odom, will make for the upcoming Oregon game. They have both talked about simplifying things, and I'm going to wind up bringing out the big whiteboard, showing you ways that they can simplify. Because you just can't install a brand new defense, not in a week. So, do you want to know how important simplifying the defense is actually going to be? Because I can tell you. The Athletic interviewed a Pac-12 assistant coach about the Trojans defense, and if you're a Trojans fan, get ready to cringe at this quote. Quote, they're all out of their gaps. You go no huddle on them, they're all looking down at their wristbands. They don't know what they're doing. Let me repeat that, guys. They don't know what they're doing. They move so much, they get washed out of their gaps. The secondary is just blowing coverages all the time. They don't know how to play a double team because they're always moving. Unquote. By the way, when Lincoln Riley hires his next defensive coordinator, that will be USC's 4th in 6 years. Yeesh. The LA Galaxy will not exercise the option to permanently purchase the contract of right back Lucas Caligari. The 21-year-old was named by the team as their Defender of the Year, but he will return to the Brazilian team Fluminense unless perhaps another deal can be worked out. I don't have much of a problem, though, with the Galaxy letting him go. First of all, the man's knee exploded toward the end of the season, and we have little idea of what condition it's going to be in when training camp comes around. Secondly, and more importantly, the Galaxy conceded the most goals in MLS last year. How valuable are you? How valuable are you if you're on a team that conceded 67 goals? Can the answer be that? Meanwhile, according to Corner of the Galaxy, which is a podcast that also includes LA Times soccer scribe Kevin Baxter, the team has 2 designated player spots and 1 under-22 spot available. So yes, replacing Caligari with a right back would be an absolute delight. You're right. But so would a striker to replace Chicharito. So would a winger to replace Douglas Costa. So yeah, there has to be some care in rebuilding this roster, or else they're going to stink again. LAFC will learn, by the way, who it will face in the next round of MLS Cup playoffs tonight when FC Dallas travels to Seattle. Lakers owner Jeannie Buss denied Dennis Rodman's assertion that the two dated when he played for the Lakers. Sources said proof that they didn't date came when Jeannie Buss realized that she's a former Playboy model worth hundreds of millions of dollars. And he's Dennis Rodman. Hard pass. And yes, I stole the Norm Macdonald joke to make that point. There's no effing way Jeannie Buss dated Dennis Rodman. Stop it. We mentioned yesterday that Clippers backup center Mason Plumlee dinged up his knee. He's out 2 months. Maybe I'm guilty of underplaying it by calling it a ding. The Athletic, meanwhile, is reporting that the Clips have already reached out to Indiana about backup center Daniel Theis, who hasn't even played this season. But the Clippers have to think about people that they can acquire quickly with a minimum of fuss. Right now, the backup to Ivica Zubac is P.J. Tucker. 38-year-old P.J. Tucker. Hope the dude doesn't jump to block a shot or his knees will combust upon impact. The Rams are not only young, they're kind of short-handed, but 4 players could return from injured reserve in a matter of weeks. Defensive tackle Bobby Brown is eligible to return next weekend. They would have to check on his knee first. Tight end Hunter Long is also eligible to return next weekend. 1 week after that, you might also be looking at the return of running backs Kyron Williams and Ronnie Rivers. Pro Football Focus, or POOF, rates players' effectiveness. A Rams page from USA Today listed who POOFed rates as the Rams' best defenders and worst. Now, you might find this hard to believe, but that Aaron Donald guy was listed as among the best. But so were rookies Kobe Turner and Byron Young. And that's good because that means the draft might have been a positive for LA. But among the worst, Darian Kendrick and Kobe Durant, both cornerbacks. Kendrick because he keeps committing penalties. Durant has missed 5 tackles. Also, linebacking is a problem. Michael Hoyt and Christian Roseboom are at the bottom. Roseboom has missed 11 tackles so far this year. Corona Centennial guard Eric Freeney has signed a letter of intent to play for UCLA basketball next year. He is listed as the 8th best prospect in California. Corona Centennial is ranked 3rd in Southern California, according to the LA Times Top 25 High School Basketball poll. But you let me know what you think in the comments thread. Talk to me about all these crazy Dodger rumors. Do you buy any of them? Talk to me about the Galaxy's options on defense, or for that matter, USC's options on defense. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to subscribe to Faithful Angelenos. We're talking LA sports every single day here. Thank you for watching. I'm James. We'll be back later tonight with Friday Night Chalk Talk. And Faithful Angelenos is a Kian Corte El Queso production. Take care.